Hi, hi, hi. It's Friday, September 18th, and it's Pride in Dallas. I know, don't forget about us. Everyone else has already had their Pride. We have to wrap up the end of the season. I don't know who else still has yet to have Pride, but Dallas is always right around my birthday, which is freaking awesome. So tomorrow's Pride, and yes, I'm going. For everyone that has asked, I will be on the strip tomorrow for the parade and then at the park. So if you see me, give me a shout out, high five, a drink if you want to buy me one and you're legal. That would be great. Happy Pride. This week we are answering Twitterific questions. Twitter, man, it's something that I really haven't caught on to just yet. I'm doing a lot better because a couple people, including my girlfriend, are all about it. So I do my best to stay updated with the Twitter. But yeah, you guys asked us some questions and I took notes. And there were a lot of you that responded, which is really cool. I always like to hear like what you guys want to know, or if the videos that we're making are things that you actually want to listen to. So it's pretty cool that you guys tuned in. I'm going to answer a couple of them as quickly as possible. I have to work tonight, and some of them were just too in-depth to cover in a video like this. So a shout out to a couple of people that I want to make a video about that I'm just going to have to post on my personal site. Because I'm not really going to have time to talk about them. Those people are Emily Marie 89, who asked me about life pre-op, and I'm assuming that you're talking pre-transition as well. So I will talk about that if you stay tuned. The Urban Geek asked me about social responsibility, if I feel like I have one or not, and if I do, what is it? And there was one more. My Tower of Strength from Florida Umbra, and who that person is and what they do for me. So I'm going to sum all three of these up in one fabulous video on my personal site in the next week or so. And I haven't posted over there in a while, so stay tuned and check out that. Hopefully you guys will get your questions answered soon. As for the rest of you, Ambi Chick asked me how tall I am, or how tall we all are. I'm pretty short, I guess, for a guy. I'm 5'6", and I do have legs. I know you really haven't seen them much, but there they are in all their glory, and they're really not that great. They get me from point A to point B. But I Want to See the World asked me how would I like to be remembered, which is really like, man, that question packs a punch. Good job. Way to go on that one. I would like to be remembered. I think I would just like to be remembered as being real. I've been doing a lot lately with sort of looking at every aspect of my life since I'm comfortable with where I'm at in transition now, and I've been looking at if I'm living intentionally or not. I could do a whole other video on that, but I haven't been up until this point, and I'm really bad about holding myself accountable on certain things. So I've been doing my best to change that, and so I would hope that I am remembered as someone who strived for change, and someone who was real with themselves and who brought their best self to the table, and in turn hopefully helped others do the same. So anything other than that is just it's just bonus. It's just icing on the cake. Ray Chatter asked the fave thing about being trans. Ironically, Jess kind of alluded sarcastically to this, but I really do think my favorite thing about being a trans guy is just that I don't have to subscribe to a certain box. I really had no choice but to throw all my boxes out the window and go from there and see how I swim or how I fare. And it's actually allowed me to open my mind to a lot of things that I didn't really know much about, or that I assumed that I knew about that I didn't actually know much about at all. So I've grown a lot in that respect, so I appreciate that. Hedgehog Fest, a typical night out on the town. I don't go out a lot because I work a lot and I'm a college student, just like most of us are or have been, and it doesn't leave me much time for hanging out these days. But when I do go out, it's funny, I used to, like Jess said, worry a lot about what I was wearing. And now if I'm able to go out, I'm excited about it, so whatever I happen to be wearing at that time is really good enough for me. It's usually jeans and a polo or a Henley or a button-up. I used to do the whole polo and cargo shorts thing because I thought I was a gangster, but I've since grown out of that, thank God. So now it's just whatever I'm most comfortable in. Oh, and then the two questions that I was most excited about seeing were totally random because I love lists. And so there were two. The first one is 123 Mikey Go asked my 5 favorite songs to dance to, because I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm a big dork and I like to dance even if I'm not any good at it. So my 5 favorite songs right now, they change drastically over time, but my 5 favorite songs would have to be Good Night, or I Think It's Gonna Be a Good Night, or whatever the name of that song is called, by the Black Eyed Peas, just because it has sentimental value. The Beavers know what I'm talking about. That song seriously puts the biggest smile on my face every time that I hear it, and it just makes me want to jump up and down and go crazy. The song Pink wrote, called So What, is another big one, another big club, bar, dance, party greatness. There's a song that Santa Gold did a collaboration on, and I think that it's called, I honestly don't know, I think it's called like Crazy or something like that, but that's a really good song. I like a lot of Santa Gold's stuff. The Bucket by Kings of Leon is a good driving, dancing song. I do most of my driving, or most of my dancing while I'm driving in the car, because I have good dancing control of my upper body, but as soon as you get my legs involved, it's just sort of a hot mess. And then the last one would be probably Anything by Taking Back Sunday. Not that you can really dance to that, but just that I'm an indie kid from the 90s, and I like to, you know, to mosh every once in a while, and to jump around and throw people and you know, bounce my head and do a bunch of crazy, ridiculous things that you couldn't get away with anywhere else. So there's that list. And then the last question I'm going to answer tonight is top 5 celeb crushes from Tina MW. I thought long and hard about this because I watch a lot of movies, but I don't remember names as well as I do faces. So I'm like, oh, there's that girl in that movie, and I can never remember what her name is. So these are the 5 names I could remember. Ironically, Lori and I have similar taste in women, which I guess is a high five for us. Lori, high five. The first one is Amy Adams. She played that movie Julie and Julia. She's pretty up and coming. She's got a couple other movies out, and I think she is adorable. I had a thing for like the girl next door. Ellen Page, Emma Stone, who I've always loved, love her, and Sophia Bush, just because I think she's gorgeous, and Rachel McAdams is my keeper.